Hello, and welcome to their Dokkan battle video. And in case anyone was unaware, we are still getting Beast Gohan and Orange Piccolo information this week, around 4 days from when I'm recording this exact video. And we have very little known about them. They are coming. We know at least the very least that we're getting a Beast Gohan and we're getting an Orange Piccolo in some way, shape, or form. But in this video, I want to specifically talk about what their banners could look like, because there's a lot of speculation going around about what they could potentially be, and I just want to go ahead and look at the past New Year's banners and base what I have came up with a little bit of what I believe the banners look like. You saw a little bit of it there when I was moving around my tabs. But let's just take a look at the past years. We're going to go in order from most recent to oldest, and then we're just going to check out mine. And I want you guys to let me know how you feel about these banners, what you would change, what units do you feel like you would want on the banners, what units that you feel like you really don't want on the banners, or what units you would think would make you want to summon on them more, because I'm pretty sure all of us are probably going to be summoning anyway, because it is Beast Gohan and Orange Piccolo. Anyway, last year we had Super Saiyan Goku and Kid Buu. These banners were actually a departure from the norm, because they did not bring back the anniversary LRs. Usually they do, and on these banners is when we get the second return of all the anniversary characters, which I feel like the reason that they didn't do that was because they put them on the New Year, on the anniversary banners the next year for year 7. Both MUI Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta were on those banners, so it is technically possible that we will not see the anniversary characters on this new one. I think that they're going to come back, but that's just me having wishful thinking. We can always just replace who I placed on my thing with presumably a worldwide unit from 2 years ago, which would be Super Vegito and Buhan, which I would feel like they really shouldn't put them on these banners, but they definitely could. We also had like these Tanabata LRs that really didn't link up very well, and it just didn't really make a whole lot of sense. Then you have the New Year's Dokkan Fest from last year on both banners, so very safe assumption that this Super Saiyan Goku and then Kid Buu are going to be on these new banners. Then you have Bojack and Tech Ultimate Gohan, which is like the November Dokkan Fest, and then the Dokkan Fest right before Worldwide. Like, and it's a very awkward thing. I think they were mainly more chosen, at least Ultimate Gohan, for being a part of the saga. Bojack, I have no idea why he was chosen to be on this banner. It really didn't make a whole lot of sense, but it was definitely something that they did decide to do. One character that I did omit from my speculation was the Golden Week units, as well as this guy, the Bardock, the Sunday characters. Because I just don't feel like they're going to bring back Golden Week characters from last year, being the GT Super Saiyans. I do not think they're going to be on this banner, and that for a very major reason, and that's because we are doing Superhero. So like these banners were kind of mediocre for when they actually did come out. There was not a whole lot of actually good pulls in here, like only really Tech Ultimate Gohan, Kid Buu himself. Tech Janim can still be alright. The Super Saiyan 2 Goku was like really crazy, and then everything else was kind of mid. So definitely not a very interesting banner. But that was last year's banner. 2 years ago, it was a little bit better. Again, we saw the return of the 5-year LRs for the second time on both banners. We had the year 3 LRs on both banners. We now know got their ECA, so that's really nice. The Golden Week characters from the exact same year, which, you know, definitely helpful. On this banner, we got Turles, and then the New Year's characters from 2018, and on this one we got the Golden Week characters from the year prior, and then Goku Black, and then like instead of these 3, which is like definitely a downgrade in my opinion, because we all know how good this guy is, and we know how good these guys will eventually be. And then they for some reason slapped on STR Gogeta and Injanimba, probably because it fit the celebration theme. But again, we still have a very common stuff here in which, like, sadly Golden Week characters tend to be ones that come back, as well as some characters that fit the theme, as well as typically anniversary level characters, anniversary or worldwide level characters. Then 2 years ago, we had, no, actually this 3 years ago now, right? Yeah, 2019. Yeah, that's actually wild to think about. Um, Super Saiyan 2 to 3 Goku, or Super Saiyan 2 Angel Goku, and then Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta. A very hype celebration. This one actually was the last one to actually have banner side units, which I think they're going to bring that back for this year. And again, we saw the return of the year 4 LRs, characters that match the year 4 LRs in terms of theming. And then this was all based on Goku's and Vegeta's. So that was the theme here. You can see like Sunday characters and just characters that made sense for them to be here. 2-year anniversary characters, you know, just a lot of things that kind of like fit the theming of the event. Now if we go into what I believe to be the banners for this upcoming celebration, they're probably not going to be as good as what I'm about to show you, but this is what I feel like they could definitely do and what I would love for them to do to make this celebration even crazier. So for starters, we know the headliners are already going to be Beast Gohan and Orange Piccolo. I think they're going to bring back side banner characters and give us a fat Goat Tanks on Piccolo's banner, or in a pan on Gohan's banner. Now this could be interchangeable. I don't really think it matters. I just feel like, you know, Pan being Gohan's daughter deserves to be on his banner, and then Goat Tanks can just be on the Piccolo banner because why not, right? And then we get into the the actual banner units. The reason why I didn't put any Golden Week characters on here is because of the Gammas. I feel like they are more likely to come back here than ever, like before, because I don't think that, like, one, it would be a little early for them to come back now, which is the reason why I don't feel like it's possible. But two, I feel like it just makes sense for them to be here on the superhero celebration banner. I feel like there's no reason for them not to do that, and if it did, it's kind of like a slap in the face to us that did sum it up for them literally, what, like 3 months ago now, in October. That was 2 months ago. Yeah, so I mean, like, they aren't that old. They came out in literally like October, like the middle of October. So them coming back would be a little bit of a stretch, but I feel like it is definitely possible and definitely not out of the realm like of absurdity. I did put the 7-year LRs in here. They haven't returned since Tanabata, and I feel like this would be a good time to do it if they don't return on anniversary. If these guys are replaced by Buhan and Super Vegito, expect them to be on the anniversary banners instead, because that is exactly what happened last year. So that is definitely what to expect with these two guys. I don't know exactly where they're going to be placed. I did this because I feel like this banner would be too tech heavy and this banner would be too physical heavy. It also makes me want to switch Kid Buu and Super Saiyan 2 Goku. Again, those were the last year characters, so there's pretty much no doubt in my mind that they're going to return on this year. I then brought the Tanabata LRs from last year and 2 years ago in here because that's just the trend that they tend to have been doing. Again, this one was 2 years ago for this guy, and then this was the year before for this guy. So like, again, as something that they also could switch up, I could see Tech Gogeta being on this banner just because they want people to summon for Orange Piccolo more, just because I don't feel like they believe Orange Piccolo is as hype as Beast Gohan, which they are correct, but like, that's typically how I want to build these banners, is in the mindset of they want you to summon for characters that they feel are less hype. So they'll put like the more premium characters or the characters that are more meta right now on the less hype side. That way you're more prone to summon for both of them instead of just one or the other, because it has the better characters on it. So I could definitely see like Tech Gogeta and the Blue Boys being switched, as well as Kid Goku or Kid Buu and Super Saiyan 2 Goku. I feel like those are definitely switches that they could make, and it would definitely alter the state of these two banners. Then I brought in the Bojack and Ult Gohan combo, which would bring us Tech Androids and Super Vegeta, which honestly kind of makes sense for the theme of like redoing the Cell Saga. I feel like that makes a whole lot of sense for this. And in terms of the movie, I feel like it would work really, really well, because, you know, the androids fought Gohan in the rain, and then so did Gamma 1, so like, why not, right? Super Vegeta, again, he's also from the Cell Saga, so I feel like it kind of makes sense to shoehorn him into this in some way, shape, or form. And then I have these two guys, which a lot of you guys may be thinking, why do you have Future Gohan and physical Dokkan Fest Piccolo? and that's because I feel like both of these guys have high potential to EZA, and if they're going to be on these banners, I could definitely see them EZAing during the celebration, and that would be insanely hype for both of them because they were already really solid for a long time on like release, and with an EZA I feel like they can both be absolute monsters. This guy has an amazing leader skill already, plus he's pretty tanky even right now. Like you can make some use out of him with enough links active, and if he does EZA, he'd be an insanely good partner with Beast Gohan, stuff like Cold Judgment, Fierce Battle, stuff like that. And again, Piccolo is a Piccolo character, so he of course would probably link well with Orange Piccolo. And he also, when he transforms, he gets an insane amount of damage reduction. He stacks defense. He has a scouter. He heals. Like there's a lot that this guy has. And then if he does EZA, that extra bit of stats would just make it that much better. I really kind of want to talk about what like the typings for these two guys I feel like could be. I don't think either of them are going to be int. They've dropped so many int characters this year. Like if we just take a look at the timeline for this year, we can see just how many int characters they dropped. So anniversary comes, no int characters. February, again, no int EZA here. March we had int like you see what I'm getting at? Like the int was a very popular typing this year in terms of major releases. I think the biggest one to point to is, where is it at? Oh yeah, again, int Dokkan Fest right here. Again, that's 2 int Dokkan Fests in a row pretty much, in terms of regular Dokkan Fests and not dual Dokkan Fests. Int again, 3 in a row. Then we had the int LR merge Zamasu. You know, it's like int was one that they did, int free to play LR, int Gli. Like there was a lot of int this year, so I don't feel like any of them are going to be int. With that being said, I also don't think Piccolo is going to be physical, so potentially I think one of them has a chance of being physical. If it was going to be either of them, I feel like it'll probably be Orange Piccolo, just because they like matching colors. And with that, I think they could either do that and make, I guess, Gohan either AGL Tech STR, right? Or they can pull a Legends and just copy the typings from there and get... I really hope they don't, because that would make Piccolo int and then this guy AGL. So like, there's definitely options that they can do. I kind of would like to see STR... Actually, no, because we already have an STR Piccolo. Maybe Tech Gohan Physical Piccolo. I feel like that'd be fine. Just literally rehash the other ones that we already have. I would be fine with AGL for either of these guys. I feel like that'd be perfectly fine. As long as neither of them are int, I really don't have a problem with it. Again, I think one of them is probably going to be physical, just because we haven't had a physical LR since the LR Super Saiyan 4s. I feel like the chances of one of them being physical is very high. For the banner units, it doesn't matter. Who cares what typings they are? It's mainly what we're trying to find, like the main banner characters. We just got it AGL Tech and STR and physical, actually, main headliners for worldwide. So I guess technically one of them could be int. They could do int Beast Gohan physical Orange Piccolo. I just wouldn't like that because int has been too popular for typing this year. Anyway, that's what I feel like these banners are going to look like. Let me know what changes you guys would make to them. I think these banners are actually really good. Definitely incredibly stacked banners. I know there is some more fodder stuff in here, but overall I think the quality of these banners is something that would be very expected of a Dokkan release. You gotta remember that this is going to be a joint celebration, so that might like change in terms of JP and global. With that in mind, I could definitely see the 7 years not being on this banner, because they literally just returned for global, and we are getting these banners at the same time. So maybe they're going to do a thing where on the JP side we get the 7 years, and on the global side they get like STR Vegito and physical Buhan. It's definitely possible. Anyway, let me know what you guys would do to these banners, how you guys feel about them, how deep are you guys going for Orange Piccolo and Beast Gohan. Let me know all about that in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.